whether we want to call them reasons or excuses, there are a lot of things outside of your control the first 2 years that didn't make it possible to have a full, complete, accurate assessment of your play personally. When you look around now at the additions, the offensive stability, same OC, same quarterbacks coach, do you think most of those reasons or excuses are gone now, and we'll be able to have a full, accurate assessment of your play by the end of the season?
I mean, for me, I just try not to make excuses. I mean, I feel like I said this multiple times last year. No matter, what the situation is, I'm going to go out there on the field and, play my hardest for my teammates, for my coaches. So, that's kind of how I look at it. So, I never really was looking at it as excuses, if that's the answer to your question.
We haven't talked to you since the locker cleanout, and I think Ryan Pohl said that he called you were sleeping during the DJ Moore trade. I mean, your reaction once you get that call to now having a new weapon in the offense.
Yeah, I was excited, of course. Woke up from the nap and, saw that it happened. People blowing up my phone like I just got traded. So, everybody was excited. So, DJ brings, a great talent to this team. And just his personality just fits in well with everybody, really from the first day he got here. So he's a hard worker, of course, great player, and just, his personality, I think, just the way he acts around the guys, he just fits in very well with our team. So definitely excited about that.
How would you describe the work that you have to do during OTAs and mini camp to get chemistry, not only with them, but with Tanya and some of these other new guys who they brought in?
So how would I describe the work?
Yeah, the work they did, to gain that chemistry with them.
Hard work, I guess. Just throwing routes, talking to them, having that communication during practice, during film on what they're thinking versus certain coverages and stuff like that, just to get on the same page. And then, once you're on the same page mentally, it just comes down to, reading their body language and, knowing what they're going to do versus certain coverages. So.
Justin, what work have you done with your teammates this offseason?
I've been working out with them, of course, OTAs, and Velas and Khalil was down in Florida, so I got to train with them a little bit, so it's been good.
We saw you connect with DJ a number of times today. Was today just a good day, or is that representative of the chemistry you've already built?
It was a little bit more than yesterday, but I feel like the plays we had in yesterday, most of them weren't going to him, so we had a lot of, one-on-one backside stuff to him, so that was good just to, get on that same page. And, even if we do have a concept, front side and then him one-on-one backside, I'm going to, of course, work him more just to, get those reps in right now. So when the season rolls around, we're on the same page and, we have that connection going.
Justin, when you watch DJ play, what does he have within his skill set that allows him to create separation?
Strength, speed, body control, great hands. I think he knows how to use his body to get open. So, I think that's a big part of, receivers. And, he knows how to tempo routes. So he's rarely ever going to be running 100% on all the routes. He has that second gear to go get the ball. So, I think, that's what makes him a great receiver, just his understanding of the coverages, seeing the defense well and stuff like that. So.
When you see all the additions that were made in this offseason offensively, your offensive line, and then group or receiving core, what gives you optimism about the group you're with now?
Of course, Rob, came from this offense, so he's already experienced with this, and he's a great route runner, natural pass catcher, so it's great to have him. I think him and Cole will definitely learn from each other, and then, of course, DJ, he's been in the league for quite some time now, so, he understands it. He's smart, so, I don't remember the full question. I was just, describing the guys. So.
Yeah, a couple new linemen, too.
Darnell, he's been a great addition. Nate, him, too. Everybody we have, they just love the game of football, even on the defensive side of the ball. Maine, TJ, they love the game. You just see them in the facility here early in the mornings, in the training room, just getting prehab and stuff like that. So, it's been great. I think just having them around, you can just, it just spreads to the whole team. It's contagious. Their work ethic is very contagious. So it's great to have for sure.
Up until the trade was complete, were there parts of this offseason you thought the Bears could take a quarterback at number one, and did that go through your mind what that could mean for you in the future?
No, not really.
What did it mean for you that they did make these investments, a guy like DJ, for example, investments around you and your future? From your seat, what was it like watching that and the belief that they showed in you?
I mean, it's awesome for me. Just getting that trust from the coaching staff, and you guys don't see it, but we communicate all the time. We trust each other fully, so yeah, just having them behind me. They know the kind of leader I am, to my teammates. They know how great I want to be. They know the work I put in, so it's just great to have them behind my back for sure.
Ty Tolbert said that with this group of receivers, it's maybe different from last year, that they don't have to search to see who can do what. It's probably a basic question, but having an established receiver room this year, what does that do for you, for your growth curve, for your learning curve, and what's next for you?
You said, can you ask the back end question over again?
So, Ty Tolbert said that this is a more established group of receivers.
Meaning established, meaning what?
I mean, DJ was number one. And, having guys like that who have more pronounced roles, and they're not trying to guess, hey, this guy might be a slot guy, this might be better, better on the outside. What does that do for you, having guys that are here now? You're not guessing, hey, this I might be having.
I think it helps the receivers, if I'm honest. So, of course, DJ's number one. He's going to play the X, so instead of them having to move around, they can just focus on their position. Of course, they're going to have to know the whole concept and stuff like that, but it's going to be good for them, just, knowing their route, knowing their job, getting guys to do, to run certain routes and that they can get good at, so that they can practice at. So I think it's good for them, and it'll just be more consistent for them running the routes and, more consistent for me throwing to them. So, yeah.
Justin, the Bears have surrounded you with better offensive players this offseason. By league rule, you can get a contract extension at the end of this season. And is this a really big year for you coming up in terms of your development? And do you think of it in those sorts of terms?
In sorts of terms of what?
Of, oh my God, big year. We got,
I think every year's a big year. Every year's a big year. So, I don't really have anything to, expand on that. But for me, every year's a big year, and I'm excited to show.
With the contract in particular, the stakes are high.
With the what?
With the contract in particular. The stakes
I'm not
are
worried
high.
about contracts. I'm worried about wins. I could care less. So, yeah.
You feel a lot different now at the start of OTAs this year as opposed to the way you felt last year, or is this?
Yeah, for sure. It's the first, season I'm going into where it's, my second year knowing the offense. So definitely feel, more comfortable in it, just with my reads and stuff like that. Just seeing what the defense is doing and stuff like that. So it's truly amazing when you just have that feeling going in, kind of, knowing where your guys are going to be, more comfortable with the footwork stuff. So, it's been great. Got to work on stuff in the off season of, what I need to work on and stuff like that. So, just having that, second year experience from last year and stuff like that, just with the same offense, it's great.
Justin, you went back and got your degree at Ohio State. What was that moment like for you?
Yeah, it was a great moment. I think at the age of 11 or 12, I made a promise to my dad. We were in the car on the way to a baseball practice, baseball game or something like that, and he just, made me promise him that. So it was a great moment for my family. My sister graduated a week after that, so it was just a great 2 weeks for my family, and everybody was excited, of course.
How difficult is it to do when you have a job and everything too?
Yeah, it wasn't too difficult. Just trying to knock it out in the off season. So of course, when the season rolls around, I'm locked in on this, but not too difficult. So made it easy because really all of my classes were online, so it wasn't too bad to where I had to go back to Ohio State to take some classes.
How do you feel about the fact that the team basically expressed their confidence in you? They could have drafted a quarterback, but they said no, that they're putting it all behind you.
I feel like I answered this question earlier, but it's a great feeling. Like I said before, it's just great, having that feeling. Like I said, the coaches, trust me, I trust them, and everybody in the building knows, the kind of leader and person I am. So, I'm just excited to be able to lead this team and to be able to reach new heights. So, yeah.
Justin, as a leader, do you feel any responsibility or role in trying to make sure guys are here for this voluntary part of the program?
No, not really. I think the only guys that need to be here are the new guys and, the younger guys to learn the offense. But, vets and stuff like that, if they prove themselves on the field, especially in this system, all we care about is showing up, during the season. So, guys like Jalen, we know what he can do on the field. He's proved it many times versus, top receivers. So, not really worried about it too much.
At this time
Last
last
one,
year,
Courtney.
we were talking to you about like your footwork and just learning, you know, having to change the foot you drop back with. From like a technical perspective, what are you focusing on right now? Like, what's the next step after that?
Really just, going through it quick, going through my progressions fast, just getting on the same page as the new guys, working Chase in more. Chase has improved tremendously just from last year, the end of last year to now. That's one thing I'm truly proud to say, just, seeing his work ethic, his attitude change. You can just see he's taking another step, so definitely excited for that. And we don't even have Mooney right now in practice, so once we get him back, I mean, it's gonna be awesome. So very excited for sure.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys.